Hello children, how are you all? Welcome to another session of digital classes. Children, I hope you are learning well in the digital classes. Let me ask you some questions. Do you know the difference between air and wind? Air, we can feel it. And when we sweat, we feel happy when a small breeze of air touches us. But if the same air, when it comes with a force, then we call it as wind. Now look at this. Winds can cause a lot of damage to life and property. And the same way, if the same air, if it comes with a full speed, with a high force, then we call it as storms. They also can cause a lot of damage to life and property. The same way, if this wind comes with a very high speed along with heavy rain, then it causes a disaster, destroying the fields, even trees fall down, even the electric poles also fall down. So cyclones can cause a lot of damage to life and property. So in this lesson we are going to study about some natural phenomena. We will be learning about earthquake and lightning. What is lightning? Before it is going to rain, we can see there is a lot of change observed in the weather. What are all the changes do you observe, children? How will we know that it is going to rain? You will hear a thunderstorm. You can see the lightning falling down. You can also see that the temperature falls down, and because of the heavy clouds, the sun hides behind the clouds, so it becomes darker. So the very interesting part before it is going to rain is lightning. What is this lightning? Children, this lightning is formed due to the electric discharge taking place between the two heavy dark clouds. When two heavy dark clouds, which are carrying huge amount of water vapor in it, then they are traveling with a heavy speed. They collide with each other, and because of that, the discharge of electricity takes place, and because of this, we can see lightning. As light travels faster than sound, you can first see the light falling on the ground, and then you can hear the thunderstorm. And then we'll come to know that yes, it is going to rain. Isn't it? Children, what is this electric discharge? What are charges? We'll be learning about in this lesson. When a umber, it's a type of resin which is used as a stone in the jewelry also. When this umber was rubbed with fur, it attracted light objects like hair. So this is a type of resin which is used as a showpiece or in the jewelry as a stone or like a hard substance. When this was rubbed with fur, they observed that this umber got a property of attraction, and it started attracting small pieces of paper. And sometimes you can see a hair also sticks to your chair. Why is all this happening? So there are many scientists who worked behind it, and the most famous scientist was Benjamin Franklin. He was an American scientist. He showed that lightning and the spark from your clothes are essentially the same phenomenon, and this is due to static electricity. He has done many experiments, and then he has explained us about static electricity. Now let us see in our daily life where is this static electricity observed. In this picture you can see that a comb, when it is rubbed on your dry hair, or if you take your comb and rub your dry hair, comb your dry hair, then it will attract small pieces of paper. Now shall we do this? So take a comb. I'm just combing it on my dry hair. Now I have few pieces of paper. Now you can see how these papers are getting attracted. Did you observe how they are getting attracted? Yes, this is due to the transfer of charges. Now let us do another activity by taking a balloon. You might have observed that if a balloon is rubbed with a cotton cloth, see what happens. So you can observe that these bits of paper, they are getting attracted to the balloon. You can see this paper is getting lifted up. See children. So there is an attraction between the balloon and the paper. Why did this happen? Because of the transfer of charges. So what did we observe here children? We have seen that the bits of paper, they got attracted to the balloon because of the attraction between two opposite charges. Then what is the charge present on the balloon and what is the charge present on the paper? We'll learn about it. Now let us do few more examples. See this table which is given in your textbook children. We have riffle and comb. Now we have to rub this with the cloth and we have to see whether bits of paper or pieces of dry leaves or husk, are they getting attracted or not? So first we will take riffle. Now I am taking riffle and I am going to rub this with a piece of cloth. Now if this riffle is rubbed with a piece of cloth and then I am bringing it towards the bits of paper, see it is not getting attracted, isn't it? Now let us rub it again and bring it near the pieces of dry leaves. Are they moving? Are they getting attracted? No. Now again rub it and again bring it near the husk what we have taken. Husk also is not getting attracted. Okay, fine. So now you understood that the riffle is not getting charged when it is rubbed with a cotton cloth. Now we have to take a comb. Now comb is rubbed with a cotton cloth and then it is brought near the bits of paper, not attracting the bits of paper. Now if I comb my dry hair and then bring it near the bits of paper, is it attracting? Yes. The bits of paper are getting attracted towards the comb. Now again I am combing it and bringing it near the dry leaves. Yes, see how the dry leaves are getting attracted. Now again I am combing my hair and bringing it near the husk. Yes. Now you can see husk. Now you can see husk also getting attracted towards the comb. You can see the husk particles. So children, you have to write down this in your textbook, in the table given in your textbook. Now the other two things you have to do it and prove it. Take a balloon, rub it with a cotton cloth. So take a balloon and rub it with a cotton cloth and we have seen that this balloon has attracted the bits of paper. Now see, the bits of paper, they got attracted towards the balloon. You can see the bits of paper are still on the balloon. Now let us bring the balloon towards the dry leaves. Yes, so leaves are also getting attracted. Now again rub it with a cotton cloth and bring it near the dry husk. See, it is getting attracted. You can see husk particles getting attracted towards the balloon. See, all the husk particles they have attracted. So children, what did you understand? That when you are rubbing one object with another object, there is a transfer of charges taking place between the two objects and that is why they are becoming electrically charged. Okay children, now let us do an activity. It is given in your textbook. The aim of the activity is to find the effects of charged bodies which have been rubbed by different materials. Now in the earlier activity we have taken only cotton cloth and we have rubbed the objects. Like a balloon was rubbed with a cotton cloth and we have seen what is the change. Now in this activity we will be rubbing different materials with different objects and we'll see how are the bodies getting charged. The materials required are the ball pen refill, a balloon, a comb, eraser, a steel spoon, polythene sheet, plain paper, woolen cloth, etc. So all these things we have made ready. Now let us do the lab activity. What is the procedure? Rub the above objects against the materials listed in the table. And in each case, bring the rubbed object near the small pieces of paper and note whether they get attracted or not. The pieces of paper, are they getting attracted or not? And you have to enter your results in the given table. So this is a refill we have taken children. Now I have taken a plain paper, I have taken a refill. Now I am rubbing this refill with a plain paper. Now you can see when a refill was rubbed with a white paper, the refill got charged and that is why it was attracting the bits of paper. Now let us take this refill and rub it with the polythene sheet. And again bring this refill near the bits of paper. So you can see the bits of paper are getting attracted towards the refill. Now the same refill with a woolen cloth. Now I am cleaning this refill and again rubbing this refill with the woolen cloth. And now bring this towards the, yes, see the refill, it got attracted, it started attracting the bits of paper. So enter this in the table given in your textbook. Now a balloon. Now take a balloon, rub to your dry hair and then bring it towards the papers, bits of paper. See how are they getting attracted children, isn't it? You can see the paper got attracted towards the balloon. Now again clean it and then rub it with a polythene sheet. And now bring this near the bits of paper and you can see the bits of paper are getting attracted towards the balloon which is rubbed with a polythene paper. Now clean it and then rub the balloon with a woolen cloth and then bring it near the bits of paper. See how did they get attracted, isn't it children? Yes. Now the other two things you have to do it at your home and enter the results. Take a comb, rub it with a plain paper and bring it near the pieces of paper. Take a comb, rub it with a polythene sheet and see whether bits of paper are getting attracted or not. Take a comb and then rub it with a woolen cloth and then observe whether the pieces of paper are getting attracted or not. And the same thing you can do it with the eraser also. Rub the eraser with dry hair and then observe it. Then rub the eraser with the polythene sheet and then observe whether it is attracting the bits of paper. And the same eraser again you rub it with the woolen cloth and check whether it is attracting the bits of paper or not. Okay children, I hope you understood how to do the experiment and I hope that you are going to do this and enter the results in the textbook. Now let us go to the next topic. If you take two balloons, will they attract with each other children? Now I have two balloons. This is blue color balloon and this is pink color balloon. See, are they getting attracted with each other? Are they rippling with each other? No. Now let us rub them and observe. So children, here we have rubbed this balloon with a woolen cloth and this balloon with a hair. So if I am bringing these two balloons closer, you can see they are moving away from each other. See, I am bringing them closer, but they are moving away because these two balloons are repelling because they have gained opposite charges. Did you observe? Magnets have two poles. So like poles, north and north poles of the magnet, they repelled with each other, and south pole of one magnet, when it is brought near the south pole of another magnet, they also repelled with each other, and when north pole of one magnet is brought near the south pole of another magnet, they got attracted. Isn't it, children? So the same way here also, why are these two balloons getting repelled? These two balloons, they did not come closer or they did not move away from each other. But when they were charged, that means when they were rubbed with the other bodies, they moved away. That means they repelled because they have attained some charges on them. Take a refill, keep it in the glass. Okay, children? Now take a refill and keep it in the glass. And then when you bring this rubbed balloon near it, this is charged, isn't it? That the papers are getting attracted. Now what happens to the refill? Bring the balloon near the refill. See what is happening? The balloon to the refill. When I am bringing the charged balloon towards the refill, the charges are getting transferred from the balloon to the refill. A balloon which is rubbed with a woolen cloth. Earlier also we have taken that. We have seen that a blue color balloon, when it is rubbed with a woolen cloth, repelled another balloon of the same type. So this balloon gains a particular charge, and when we take another balloon which is also rubbed with woolen cloth, so two balloons are rubbed with woolen cloth. Now see, when they are brought with near each other, what is happening? See, they are moving away. That means they are repelling. Now see, the refill rubbed with the polythene repelled another refill rubbed with the similar material, because one refill will gain a particular charge and another refill also, when it is rubbed with the polythene, will gain the same charge. And when these two refills are brought near each other, then of course they will repel, because same charges are present on both the refills. Now a balloon rubbed with woolen cloth attracted by a refill rubbed with the polythene sheet. Shall we do this? So now we have a balloon rubbed with woolen cloth and we have a refill which is rubbed with a polythene sheet. See what happens when this balloon which is rubbed with a woolen cloth is brought near the refill which is rubbed with a polythene sheet. In magnetism we have studied that unlike poles attract each other. That means north pole of a magnet attracts another south pole of another magnet, and north pole of one magnet repels north pole of another magnet, or south pole of one magnet repels south pole of a magnet. So charges of same kind also repel each other, and charges of different kinds attract each other. Different kinds. Actually, how many kinds of charges are present? We have two kinds of charges. One is said to be positive charge and the other one is said to be negative charge. See children, matter is made up of tiny particles called as molecules, and these molecules are made up of tiny particles called as atoms. These atoms, they have two main particles present in them. One are negatively charged electrons and the second one are the positively charged protons. So when one balloon or anything or any substance, when it is rubbed with opposite material, then these electrons, they get transferred from one object to another object. This is called as the transfer of charges. So what are the two types of charges? One is negatively charged electrons and the other one is positively charged protons. But here what we have to understand that every atom present in the particular object will have same number of electrons. And when you are rubbing, only electrons they get transferred, not protons. But when electrons they get transferred, what happens to the number of electrons present in this object? They decrease. And so when they have same number of electrons and same number of protons, and some electrons they got transferred, what happened to the number of protons here? They got increased, isn't it? And that is why one object gets positive charge. And what happened to these negatively charged particles? They got transferred to another object. Now here in this object also there were the same number of electrons and protons. But due to the transfer of electrons, what happened to the number of electrons? They are more than the number of protons, that is positively charged. So this object gains negative charge because it has more number of electrons. Now I hope you understood this, that when two objects are rubbed with each other, one object due to the transfer of negatively charged particles or electrons, it obtains negative charge. And the other object which has lost the negative charges, now it has less number of negative charges than the positive charges, so it will gain positive charge. So children, when a glass rod is also rubbed with a silk cloth, you will observe that the glass rod will obtain positive charge and the silk cloth will obtain negative charge. Here what happened to the glass rod, children? It has given the electrons to the silk cloth, and that is why glass rod has obtained positive charge, and the silk cloth which has gained the negative charges, it obtains negative charge. The same way these charges, when they are not moving, when they are just getting transferred from one object to another object, then here also the transfer of charges has taken place. Now this type of electricity is called as static electricity. That means the charges have moved from one object to another object and now they are stable there only, they are not moving away. But what is electric current? How are we able to see brightness even in the dark? Even in the night your houses are glowing. Why? Because of the bulbs. What are these bulbs doing? They are converting electric energy present in the electric current into light energy, isn't it? Now what is this electric current? It is nothing but the flow of charges. So the electric charges generated by rubbing are static, and when these electric charges they are in motion, we call it as electric current. Now you can do this experiment at home, children. You just have to take a thermocol ball and then wrap it with a aluminium foil or a silver foil and hang it freely with a thread. And now bring a glass rod which is rubbed with a silk cloth. Do you remember a glass rod when it is rubbed with a silk cloth? What is the charge obtained by the glass rod? It is positive. And the charge obtained by the silk cloth is negative. So now in this experiment we are taking a glass rod which is rubbed with a silk cloth. Now this glass rod is positively charged. I am bringing it near the thermocol ball which is wrapped with a silver foil. Now touch the silver foil on the thermocol ball with a charged glass rod. And then remove the glass rod from the ball and again rub it with a silk cloth. And again bring it close. See here what happened. Once you bring the silk glass rod towards it, the thermocol ball will obtain opposite charge. And again when you are bringing the another glass rod, what happens? They will have same charges, and that is why see the picture. The thermocol ball is going away from the glass rod because both have obtained the same charge. So children, let us do an experiment and find out the presence of charge on a body. Children, here in this experiment we have seen that the thermocol ball is attracted towards the glass rod, and in the second instance we have seen that it is moving away. The first time the object got the opposite charge, and in the second time as it was having the same charge, it got repelled. So opposite charges attract, like charges will repel. If a charged body is brought near uncharged body, if a charged body is brought near an uncharged body, then the other body induces an opposite charges. Induces, that means here the thermocol ball, when it touched the positively charged glass rod, the thermocol ball obtained negative charge. And then when it was again touched with another glass rod, what happened? It got repelled. We have another instrument which is discussed in your textbook, that is electroscope. Now this electroscope also helps us to demonstrate the transfer of charges. Now how are you going to construct it at home? You can do it at home also. You just have to take a glass jar, which is used to store chocolates in the shops. They store sweets or chocolates, isn't it? You just have to take a glass jar, take a paper clip. You just have to open it. Now take a small aluminium strip, fold it and hang it. Now hang it to the paper clip, and now the other end of the paper clip should be put on a cardboard and leave it inside the glass jar. So the tip of the paper clip is on the cardboard, another tip of the paper clip is inside the glass jar. And now take a charged body and bring it near the end of the paper clip which is above the cardboard. What happens? The object, earlier we have studied that any object when it is brought near the charged body, this object will attain the opposite charge. If this is positive, this will attain negative. If this is negative, this will attain positive, isn't it? So this is the tip of the paper clip which is above the cardboard, and this is the tip of the paper clip which is having two strips of aluminium piece. So when you bring a charged body, take a glass rod, or you can take a refill, or you can take a balloon, anything, when it is brought near the tip of the paper clip, it attains the opposite charge. And then suddenly what happens? The aluminum strips which are hanging on the other end of the paper clip will get charged. Because of that, if you bring another object with another charge, suddenly the two ends which are present inside the glass jar, they will start repelling and they will repel with each other. They'll move away from each other. Now again you hold the tip of the paper clip which is above the cardboard. You hold it. Then you can observe that the aluminium strips which are present inside the jar, they will fall down. That means what happened here? When I touched it with the hand, the charges which are present on the aluminium strip entered in my body. Entered in my body means what? The charges were absorbed by my body. This is called as earthing. So this electroscope has helped us to observe that the transfer of charges has taken place from one object to the paper clip and from paper clip to the aluminum strips. Now when I have touched it with my hand, all these charges, they entered my body. So now see what is earthing, children. It is a process of transferring of charges from a charged object to the earth. So from my body, these charges, they entered into the earth because I am standing on the earth. So all these, they entered into the earth. So earthing is very important. These electricians, they take care that earthing is given for all the types of constructions that are made. It protects us from the electric shocks due to any leakage of electric charge. Whenever the excess of charges they flow, they directly go into the earth. Now let us recollect what we have studied. Children, some objects can be charged by rubbing with another object. We have studied that there are two types of charges, positive charge and negative charge. Children, like charges repel and unlike charges attract each other. The electric charges produced by rubbing are called as static charges. Now please answer these questions, children, in improve your learning. Sometimes a crackling sound is heard while taking off sweater during winter. Explain. Give two examples of your daily life about the effects which are caused by the transfer of charges. Explain why a charged balloon is repelled by another charged balloon, whereas uncharged balloon is attracted by the charged balloon. We know that the clouds have charges. Can we produce current through these charges? Think about it, children. So I hope you have understood the lesson. Let us meet in another interesting session of digital classes. Okay, children, please download the worksheets from SIET website. Okay, children, see you in another session of digital classes. Thank you.